we've got a all Big 12 conference draft that we're gonna do. Um, and I'm trying to, we've talked about it all day. I have like a draft board. Logan's got his draft board, and we're gonna see. We can't draft the same people. We're gonna do it in like a fantasy type. Now we may redo this before the beginning of the season, depending on like transfers if people leave or not. But with that being said, ask. Well, no, we've already decided that I get the first
Yep.
pick of this draft. So, hmm, there's so many like where could I go? Right, I could go quarterback, but I feel
That's
good about the
that's what I was stressing
quarterbacks.
for. That's why I was like, I'm gonna let you have it, and then I'll just bounce off of that. I guess.
Right. And
So
let's
it's
preface this. So this is a 2-year draft, right? So we've set ourselves limitations. We have no seniors and no current juniors. So it's only current sophomores and under for who we are allowed to draft. That way, it's kind of like who can build the best. Maybe not next year, but the next year, whose team would be the best. And we want to actually keep up with the fantasy points as the season progresses. So, with that being said, with the first pick of the draft.
they got it.
I believe they got it. Nice.
Yep.
I believe I'm going to. I'm gonna go all gas, no brakes. I'm taking Quinn. He's gonna
Really?
have enough. He's got enough development. The development is gonna be there. I fully believe that he will develop into a really good systematic quarterback next year. Another year in Sark's program. He took a year off. Last year of high school was not. He didn't play. He went to Ohio State and didn't get to see the field. First year at Texas, he had some jitters. He had some ups and downs. I believe we're going to see more ups than downs next season.
Wow. I'm just wow, man. I'm see. I had him on my list, but ultimately I ended up taking him off because we ended up changing some of the rules. Um, dang.
Yeah, so he's a sophomore, and I'll read his stats while Logan's thinking. He had 249 completions, 1,808 yards, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 9 sacks. He was not the absolute most productive quarterback in the Big 12 by anywhere near, really. But once again, I believe in his production or his development. I mean, so Logan, second pick in the draft. Where are you taking us?
So, all right. I think I got it. I think I got it. So with the second overall pick in the Lone Star Live, all Big 12, whatever we want to call this, I'm gonna take Chandler Morris, which this is one that we talked about,
Yeah,
and um, yeah, I think that a guy that had started off starting over a Heisman finalist will still get a shot next year. And with TCU, the transfers that they're bringing in, they've had some big names come in from all
yep,
across the nation. And they have a bunch of young recruits that are going to be coming in here in the next couple of years. I think Chandler Morris is going to be able to come in and put those pieces together and possibly, maybe not next year, but the year after, make another run for the Big 12 championship and possibly even the playoffs. Because at that point, it's going to be the 12-team playoff.
yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think Chandler Morris would be a great pick in this kind of a draft like setting. He was the starter, and Max Duggan's been balling out. So if he was the starter, how good could he be? Um, man, I don't know if I want to go running back or receiver
Dude,
here.
that I'm just like, I don't know
It's
what I
it's kind
want
of
to do
like
here.
with running back. I have 3 options. Okay,
Mhm.
two of them are proven. One of them is not necessarily proven, but probably a solid pick. And I didn't look. I need to actually look at this real quick.
See, I've got
Uh,
four very, very solid options here.
4 solid, really.
Yes, I have four very solid options. And there's actually one that I'm thinking is probably the better pick than the other three.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I don't know as if this is going to be RB1 for like who actually start, like who's the number one guy, but I think it's who I'm going to draft first. Just because he's proven. I'm gonna take Richard Reese from Baylor.
I hate you.
He is proven on a 6-16,
I
198 carries, 917 yards, 14 touchdowns, 13 receptions for 89 yards. Jason, what is up, dude? We are doing a all Big 12 conference draft.
I hate you.
You're not going to like my first pick. I picked Quinn Ewers for my quarterback because I think he's going to get developed. And Richard Reese is going to be my running back. Logan picked Chandler Morris from TCU to be his QB1 next year. And just so you know, we do have stipulations where they can't be current juniors. They have to be current sophomores or younger as far as who we can draft. So, Logan, who's going to be your second pick, man?
I knew I should have picked him. Dang. Oh, see, this is where. Oh man, I kind of want to pull up stats at the moment, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I know who your next running back is gonna be, and I'm not gonna steal that from you. Here, I'm gonna go Devin. I'm gonna go Devin Neal.
Okay. See, that was actually probably my other running back. I was probably going to take him over Jonathan Brooks. Yeah. Just because he's more proven. Like,
exactly.
Proven. Jonathan Brooks isn't proven. I think he will be good, but he's not. So lead us. Why? Why Devin Neal?
So Devin Neal is one of those guys that he is atop of the Big 12 as a sophomore. Not 1,000. I think that he might have redshirted. But he's another one of those guys that's going to end up getting you over 1,000 yards, just like he did this year. He ended the year with, I believe it was a 6.2 yards per carry. It's either 6.2 or 6.4. You guys are both wrong. Okay. You can't say that Eric Gray is going to be is going to the NFL after this year. It's okay. But
who do you take it? I don't know. Go ahead, keep going.
He finished up with 10 plus touchdowns. I don't know the exact number. I want to say it's like 15. I think that he is a very, very athletic and strong running back. Dang, Arkansas ended up winning. That's okay. I still covered. Dang. Who in the world is that, Jason?
Yeah, I'm trying to find them right now.
But
is that I'm guessing that's going to be Oklahoma guy?
With all that being said, I think that Jalen Daniels, if he's the starting quarterback next season, and Devin Neal is going to be a very solid option offense under Lance Leipold.
Yeah, actually, I'm really glad I got the first pick because now I just get to go. I get to move on to receiver. Take one at receiver. Also,
I think I know this one.
I don't know if you do know this one. Freshman running back and Javante Barnes, both freshmen. I looked up Gavin Sawchuk. He has got like 3 carries for 5 yards last year.
Never heard of her.
I think I'm happier with Richard Reese. Yeah, receiver number 1 for Team Harrington next year. Logan is 100%. He seems confident that I'm going to take Xavier Worthy, but I'm not. I'm going to go with Jalen Noel from Iowa State. He had a really productive season, 60 receptions, 572 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And that's while being on the same. That's first of all, it's while being on Iowa State, absolute garbage, and having Xavier Hutchinson with 107 carries, almost 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. So him stepping up next year to be probably their number 1 guy, I think Noel will be a super productive receiver next football season.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Mm-mm. So I already know who I'm going to pick. I'm just trying to find some of his stats. He was a late bloomer, closer to the end of the season. Not a whole lot of people might know his name, but if you watched some games for our Baylor Bears, you will know this name. And that is what was true freshman Josh Cameron This is one of those guys that if we needed a first down, that's where Blake Shapen was going towards the end of the season. He finished the season 28 catches, 386 yards, no touchdowns. But once he gets into the system more, I can't find exactly how many games he ended up playing in. So he didn't have any breakout games. The best game he had was 6 receptions, 83 yards, with a long of 25. Next year, I think with him being with Blake, or if Blake is the quarterback, which we might get into later, if Blake is the quarterback, that connection we've seen is strong. If we need a first down, he's the guy, right? And if he doesn't get past the first down marker on the route, he's getting past it regardless. I think that next year he will be probably receiver. I think he'll probably be receiver 2 with a very strong case of being at receiver 1, especially with how Monterey Baldwin ended up kind of falling off closer to the end of the season.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick for sure. I like Cameron. To see the guy that burnt Texas deep on that play.
No, that was
They were
Jalen
like,
Ellis. That was 84 Jalen Ellis. He's a junior.
Screw that guy.
Junior. He could have had it 3 more times. You're good.
Man, I'm going to move right. I mean, you left Xavier Worthy there, so I'm taking Xavier Worthy.
I figured you would.
I didn't. There was no thought in my mind that he would still be on. I have a couple of receiver options that I like, but yeah, if we get 3 receivers, Xavier's still there, taking them. Jason, we can get into Air Force, but we're trying to stay on topic here.
I don't think you want to talk until you lose to Florida State tomorrow, Jason. It's okay. But continue.
That's my pick. Xavier Worthy, 2 receptions, 676 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Okay, I'm gonna make this easy for myself. Jonte Cook, freshman out of DeSoto. Jason should know because his boy Peyton Bowen got beat by him. So, there went my phone. Cool. I don't know his.
Yeah, man. You think Jonte Cook's going to come in and make immediate impact? I think so.
If they use him correctly, yes, 1000%, yes. If they
we didn't really let Brennan Thompson and Savion Red come in and make immediate impact, but I think that's because Casey Kane was practicing so well. He was just terrible on the field, and I think our coaching staff wanted. Well, no, they saw it, I'm sure. I think they just were like, man, he's so good in practice. I mean, it seemed like every week there was like another Casey Kane catch in practice, just never translated to the field. So with him being out, I'm assuming he's out. I haven't seen anything yet. Then I would say Jonte Cook has a solid chance.
Yeah, for sure. What you got, bud?
So that leads me. So that was my 4th pick. Do I want to move into tight end? Do I want to go ahead and take another? So I think I'm going to match Snell, man. So we're gonna do an Alamo Bowl preview here in just a little bit. We're trying to pull off this Big 12 conference draft, and then we're gonna get right into that. I think I'm gonna pull another shocker.
Another shocker?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take CJ Donaldson as a tight end out of West Virginia. He had 80. Hear me out. As far as a tight end, he's listed as a tight end.
I know, but he is a running back.
But he's listed as a tight end.
But he played running back, and you know that because I called him CJ Anderson over and over again.
Yeah. And on my roster, he's going to be a tight end with 87 rushing attempts for 526 yards and 8 touchdowns. Only 9 receptions for 27 yards. So he's listed as a tight end, and I don't care what you say. So give me CJ Donaldson out of West Virginia. Hopefully they get a better quarterback.
Give me Jatavion Sanders. I'm not.
I figured you'd take that, and I won JT. Don't get me wrong, but
Why?
here's what I like it. I like it, dude.
I do too as far as points, but it doesn't make sense as far as what we're doing.
Makes sense. He's gonna be able to get me stats. I'm gonna be able to put him at tight end and get running back stats. This is genius. Especially. Go ahead. Talk about Jatavion. Go ahead.
That just threw me off completely, dude. Jatavion Sanders.
You know good. Is CJ Johnson on your board, Logan?
Yes.
Okay then. Okay then. I figured
As
I
a
knew it
running
would be.
back. As a running back. Because he
He's
is a
not
running
listed
back.
as a running back. Dang,
That's
Match.
a great point, Matt.
Hang on, we throwing that up. Tell him, Match. Tell him.
Now, FSU is like number 13, I believe.
FSU is pretty good. I would say that, but
they're not the number one
Air
defense
Force,
in the nation.
Air Force is pretty good.
But
I mean, anyways,
Jatavion Sanders is just that guy. I don't have his stats
is.
pulled up. I'm sure you know his stats by heart because that dude is a
No.
baller. He is a
49
baller.
receptions, 577 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He did. He balled out for sure.
But you just threw me off completely whenever you did that. But it's okay.
Matt Snell coming in again, coming in clutch. I'm telling you, there's nobody on our channel that is more interactive with us than Mr. Snell. So I appreciate you, man. Really do. And Jason, that's true. Both of them. So my next pick, I'm gonna have to. I got kind of my tight end pick was only I picked him because of the way I'm gonna set it up by taking Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State.
That's a good one.
As my other tight end. So he's got 28 receptions for 399 yards and 4 touchdowns.
It's Ben Shenault, by the way.
Oh, there's a silent H in there, huh?
Yeah, it's Shenault.
Okay, Shenault. And since I don't get another tight end, I will tell you Baylor tight end Kelsey Johnson did make it onto my board.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I'm gonna go ahead and snag this one off of here before you get the chance to take it from me, and that would be Mr. Jonathan Brooks.
It's not bad.
That we saw how he did against Oklahoma. We saw how he did whenever he got in. I mean, dude is only sitting literally because he was behind Bijan and Roschon. But whenever he finally got into the game in that 49-0 blowout of the Oklahoma Sooners, or that's who we think showed up. It might have been their JV. Who knows? But anyways, I'm going Jonathan Brooks. He's going to be hopefully the starter. But if he's not, Cedric C4 Baxter is going to be a great RB1 if it's not Jonathan Brooks. So go ahead and tell us you're taking C4 Baxter.
I'm not taking Baxter. What? Mainly because I think that the other running back that's going to play the most other than Brooks is going to be Keelan Robinson. So I'm kind of stuck between Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State and Javante Barnes from the crappy Sooners. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any. Is there anybody else that maybe I'm missing?
Stop. We can't pick anybody from Oklahoma. It's going to make Jason happy.
It's true. That is like a fit of mine. DJ Giddens from Kansas State. He's a freshman. 80 attempts, 451 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Like, that's solid.
From Iowa State?
From Kansas State. So here's the thing. This is where I'm at, right? Javante Barnes from Oklahoma. Eric Gray's leaving. He'll be the starter. Giddens, Deuce Vaughn's leaving. He'll be the starter. Oklahoma State, the running back's going to Baylor. So that guy, Ollie Gordon, will be the starter. So I don't know. That's tough because I don't know. I would say out of the 3, stats wise, I don't really recognize none of their names. 89 for 411. I'm gonna go with Running back DJ Giddens from Kansas State. True, he's a freshman, 6'1", 212 pounds. He had 80 attempts, 451 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
It's a pretty good pickup. Sounds like a
And,
pretty solid pickup. So,
yeah.
So
So
Oregon is
that
currently
puts-
losing.
Good. So that puts. I just read off the teams right now. I'll read off my team, then Logan can read his recap. I have Quinn Ewers, I have Richard Reese and DJ Giddens. I've got Xavier Worthy and Jalen Noel and Ben Shanat and CJ Donaldson. Matt Snell, please don't be too mad at me for letting Jonathan Brooks slide to Logan and Jatavian Sanders slide to Logan. He gave me Xavier Worthy gift wrapped, so
Yeah, I did.
gift wrapped. His Baylor Bear glasses got in the way, and he drafted Josh Cameron over Xavier Worthy. So I don't. All right, Logan, what you got for us?
That's a great question because I'm torn.
I know my next pick. I know
mine.
Unless
I'm
you take
torn
one.
right now.
Okay.
So I would take Kelsey Johnson, right, as my second tight end. But
Okay.
you got to remember that we have a tight end coming back. You remember that the tight end that was hurdling people?
Dabney?
Mm-hmm. He's going to be coming back.
He's going to be a junior next year?
Yeah.
He's a junior?
He's a junior this year. So he's going to be a senior next year. Yep. But he's going to be back. So,
so you're
Kelsey
saying
Johnson isn't going to get all of the stats, which is what I just remembered whenever I looked at our roster. So that's going to leave me to
didn't take him because I almost did.
Yeah, that would have been bad. So I'm going to take 6'9", 260-pound sophomore from Texas Tech, Mason Tharp.
6'9".
6'9", 260 pounds from Killeen, Texas. Finished the season. He only had 12 receptions, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
But knowing Jeff Grimes, or no, Joey McGuire, not Jeff Grimes, that's our offensive coordinator now. Joey McGuire, he's going to find a way to work this dude into the starters. Who would not want to have a tight end that's 6'9", 260 pounds? That is probably very good at basketball, so probably stupid athletic.
I would love that.
Exactly. Jatavion Sanders is another big tight end. I like really big tight ends. Now, is this guy as athletic as Jatavion Sanders? Probably not. But I think, all in all, it could be a very good player for Baron Morton, which is a freshman this year at Texas Tech for the quarterback position. If he's the one that plays.
Man, that is interesting. So my next pick, and you're gonna have to explain yourself just a little bit because maybe I'm just confused.
It kind of sucks. I didn't take Kelsey Johnson.
Just getting right into it is. I'm sorry, Jason. I have to.
No,
just getting into it. The guy I'm going to take, he had 33 receptions, 536 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm honestly completely shocked that Logan has not taken him, especially since you took Josh Cameron. Monterey Baldwin?
Oh, yeah.
You don't?
Yeah.
He's fast.
He is very fast.
I think he had some inconsistencies with dropping passes, but another year in the system, Blake Shapen, maybe gets more on the money.
Don't get me wrong. I want that to happen 1,000%. But I think with the steadily decline and injuries that he ended up having during the season, it just kind of got to where Josh Cameron started going up everybody's ranks as somebody probably that came out of spring ball that didn't get the looks because he was still trying to grow, learn the system, everything. And once he got it down, he was able to start getting those reps in game, and apparently at practice for him to have the trust to be in game. And he just kept showing and kept showing and kept showing that he is a really good target for if we need short to medium, sometimes even long first downs, which Blake Shapen taking all the sacks that he does is probably a really good thing that we have this guy that has very reliable hands. And that's why I took Josh Cameron instead of Monterey Baldwin. But see, this one's tough right here for me because I am going to go with another receiver, but it's very hard for me to know how this offense is going to play it. How many receivers do you have? Do you have all three?
I have all three. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you both of my options right here.
Okay.
A guy that we talked about today, Armani Winfield.
Okay.
Right?
Solid.
But there's going to be a new guy in town, which is a 6'2" transfer from Arkansas in Keytron Jackson Jr., who was supposed to be Arkansas's number one receiver next year, which is 6'2" is the height that we were missing as an outside receiver because we had Monterey Baldwin on the outside and then Josh Cameron closer to the end of the year. And then Jalen Ellis against Texas, which was his first snaps all year. Yeah. I don't know why we haven't been using him. Baylor men's basketball with a dub. Nice. So I'm kind of torn right here. How are we going to play this? As far as Jackson's looking like he could very well come in and be receiver one, but Armani is one of those guys that came out of high school where I don't know why we redshirted him. We flipped him from y'all. Like, dude has talent, obviously. So I'm going to go based off of what I think Baylor is going to try to do. And I believe that they picked up this guy in the transfer portal for a reason. And I am going with Mr. Keytron Jackson Jr. I'm probably saying his first name wrong. But I haven't had a lot of time to learn it completely.
Okay, so hear me out. I'm going to go with a quarterback. I'm going to get my second quarterback. And I'm torn between kind of four guys.
Oh, oof.
Okay, and this will be my last quarterback, so I can tell you all of them. Although I probably shouldn't because they're probably not people you're looking at.
Well, I have three, but I really only have two because one of them's not going to play next year.
Who are the two you have?
I'm not telling you that. No, I have Baron Morton and Hunter Deckers.
Okay, so those are two of mine. And then there's also Garrett Green from West Virginia, because whenever he came in and Jalen and JT Daniels was playing bad, he actually played well.
He's transferring.
Daniels is transferring, so Garrett Green will start. Now, he didn't play great. Garrett Green didn't play great, but
it wasn't bad.
You know, it wasn't good, but I'll have another year. And then I've got Arch Manning. Okay, and here's Arch Manning. My thought process is this is a 2-season thing, right? Quinn will play next year. Arch will play the next year, and so I'm like, man,
I love that we have three of the same
ones
left on our board.
And so really, my top two are the same as your Baron Morton and Hunter Deckers. Baron Morton has less to look at as far as stats. He didn't play as much. You know, Tech really had 3 quarterbacks last year, but I also think Tech will be so much better. Like, I think Hunter Deckers stats wise is the obvious answer. I think Tech will be better next year.
That is my exact reason of why I don't know who I'm gonna pick, because
I'm probably about to make it easy on you. I'm probably gonna take one and you take the other.
Year 2 of this, Xavier Hutchinson's gonna be gone. Jalen Noel's gonna be there for his senior year. If he doesn't already go to the draft.
His junior year.
Oh, he's a freshman?
No, he's a sophomore. He'll be a junior next year.
I'm talking about the year after, whenever Xavier Hutchinson is gone.
Xavier Hutchinson's not coming back for another year.
You don't think he's coming back next year? Oh, no.
Why would he?
No, he's not. I'm stupid. I'm brain fart.
Mm-hmm.
But you shut up. Jalen Noel has the potential and the athletic ability to leave after his junior year next year. Tech has put
Here's
together a pretty decent recruiting class. Decent at that's
yeah.
all I'm giving them is decent.
Mm.
But
I think, and here's the only reason. So Donovan Smith is transferring out of Tech.
yep,
So
he's
that
already
leaves Baron Morton and Tyler Show.
yep.
I
Ship
think
to
for that
sea.
reason, I have to go Hunter Deckers because if I draft Baron Morton and Show starts, I just have a backup quarterback on my team. So I feel like I kind of have to go Hunter Deckers as QB2 and just please let Quinn Ewers ball out so Hunter Deckers never has to see the field. 'Cause
Dang. Dang. So I wanted Deckers. That was gonna be my pick over that.
that was going to
But
be it.
yes. Now I want to go ahead and put out there I was not trying to sway your pick. I was really just trying to tell myself like you got to look at this stuff as well. So I'm gonna take Baron Morton. If Tyler Shirk plays like he did last year, he's gonna start. Unless they bring in a crazy transfer.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah. Hudson
yeah.
Chanel, Hudson. Yeah.
I had a
There's no
brain,
reason. He had
I had
100
a brain
receptions,
fart.
1,000 yards.
Yeah,
There's, yeah.
highly overrated, but it's
Logan's
fine.
an idiot. We know.
No
We
you.
know.
No you.
No you. No
How do you
Jason.
spell this guy's name? This is such a strange name.
Baron's like Berehn or Bear.
No, it's
I don't know.
BEHREN.
So those are all of our picks. So I'll give
Ooh,
a recap of mine and then
Baron
Logan. So we got
Morton. Wait. Baron Morton was Mr. Irrelevant here. You got to think about what Brock Purdy's doing right now.
that's true. That's true. So we get 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and 2 tight ends. So my team is going to be Quinn Ewers and Hunter
This is neat.
Deckers at the quarterback position. At the running back position, I have Richard Reese and DJ Giddens at K State. I feel really good about this Richard Reese pick. I would have
Oh,
loved to have gotten Jonathan Brooks. Maybe we can make a trade in the offseason. We'll see.
I'll take it. Deal.
Receiver receiver 1 was Jalen Noel out of Iowa State. Receiver 2, Xavier Worthy from Texas. And receiver 3 is Monterey Baldwin from Baylor. Tight end 1. Technically, tight end 1's actually going to be Ben Chanot.
Yep.
And tight end 2 is CJ Donaldson, who in all reality is a running back, but he's listed as a tight end, so I drafted him because I'm going to boost those fantasy points. All right, Logan.
That's a very smart pick as far as points. I give that
I
to you. But whenever we came up with this idea today, I did not expect my team to look anything like this.
Yeah, I didn't think. I was having a tough time just not Texas.
Dude, I'm sick to my stomach because I did not get Richard Reese.
I was going to give you, I was kind of hoping you would take him with your first pick. I was going to take Quinn and Chandler Morris if you took Richard
that's
Reese.
why I took Chandler Morris.
I was going to, yeah.
I don't think Hunter Deckers would have been a bad pick, though, but I wanted one of the top quarterbacks that are going to be left, in my opinion. So I did end up getting Chandler Morris from TCU, Baron Morton from Texas Tech, and then at running back, I don't know why I'm not excited about this pick, but Devin Neal out of Kansas. That's why.
He had a great year.
Dude is crazy, and I think it's literally just because it's Kansas, and I'm not used to them being good.
Logan, they had the same season as you.
You shut your mouth. We beat them. That's all that matters. That's why Jason can't say nothing to me. He can't say nothing to you because he is 0-2 against both of us. Anyways, Jonathan Brooks from the University of Texas. Hook 'em. He's going to be a stud. So receivers is not the order I thought it was going to be, nor the people I thought. But Josh Cameron out of Baylor, John Tay Cook, incoming freshman out of DeSoto to Hook 'em, Texas,
Yeah.
And then we have the new guy on the block coming out of the SEC in Katron Jackson Jr. I need to learn how to say his first name. And then tight ends, Jatavion Sanders, and then the 6'9", 260-pound tight end from Texas Tech, Mason Tharp.
All right. Well, that is our preseason all Big 12 conference draft for next year. We're gonna try to keep up with it and actually we'll come up with a point system and do the
We'll figure out
yeah,
something.
we'll
Tight end rushing
so
yards don't count.
yes they do.